here's something that I actually thought was pretty cool. The Ultimate X. 10-man Ultimate X. The definitive X Division showcase for TNA. And from what I've heard, they did a pretty good job with it. Unfortunately, as much of a fallen angel mark as I am, and I realize the significance of Senshi and Elix Skipper being there helping him out, because I realized they were part of Triple X, which, if I remember correctly, was supposed to be permanently disbanded. But I don't see why Christopher Daniels would be the #1 contender. I mean, there were 9 other people there in the X Division that could have been credible contenders. Alex Shelley, Sanjay Dutt. Well, Alex Shelley wasn't in the match, but, Sanjay Dutt. Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Petey Williams. I'm a huge Petey Williams fan. Heck, even Homicide. And Kazarian, who has been absolutely phenomenal lately, really been getting himself over and been working great. Either one of those guys could have won. And who do they give it to? One of the old X Division standbys, Christopher Daniels. Again, I'll admit that I am a huge Christopher Daniels mark, but this was not the time to be giving him #1 contendership to the X Division title. And in fact, you know what? The X Division title should not have been in the Match of Champions anyway. The Match of Champions was a horrible idea. And, I'm not going to be one of those people who gives Vince Russo a lot of flack saying, oh, he's an idiot and he can't book. There have been a lot of things that I've seen Vince Russo do in TNA that I have enjoyed very much. One of them being a match I'm going to talk about a little bit later, which is Christian Cage versus Wildcat Chris Harris. I love that pairing that they're doing there, but here in the X Division, they keep going back to about the same 4 guys. AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe. And also putting all of the titles on the line in one match. The match would have been fine. The Match of Champions would have been fine if it was not all the titles are on the line. You can have all the champions showcased in one match all you want to. Just leave the titles out of it. Make it non-title. It'll be a phenomenal match, or a potentially phenomenal match. And, you won't have to worry about a foregone conclusion, like I just illustrated. And besides that, could have kept the X Division belt on Jay Lethal, have him defend against Christopher Daniels, or against Senshi, or against the returning Elix Skipper, or heck, against Kazarian, or the Guru Sanjay Dutt. Could have had him defend against any of those people, but no, you had to give the belt to Samoa Joe, had to put the belt on the line in the main event, and you got a foregone conclusion match, and one match that ended in an almost as predictable manner. And the next match on the card, you have Basham and Damaja, formerly the Basham Brothers, with Christy Hemme and Lance Hoyt versus the Voodoo Kin Mafia. Okay, I have to take a time out here and address the tag team situation in TNA. Because after the Match of Champions, it seemed Team 3D went heel. Now, I don't like this move. I really don't. Because, well, for one thing, we have no idea who Samoa Joe's partner is going to be. Now, they will likely be a face tag team. And I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Samoa Joe decided to keep Angle by his side just so he can sort of keep an eye on the world title, if you know what I mean. But now with Team 3D turning heel, there is only one other face tag team in the tag team division, and that is the Voodoo Kin Mafia. The Naturals, they were released. Serotonin, heel. Basham and Damaja, heel. LAX, heel. But they could be turned face. They're starting to get themselves over a lot more. They could probably, Homicide and Hernandez, be turned face, especially now that Conan's out of the way. And the Motor City Machine Guns, again, heel. Sabin and Alex Shelley, I would like to see them get a tag team championship, actually. That would be really cool. But then again, as I stated in my previous videos, I am a Shelley mark. But okay, we had the big swerve with Lance Hoyt and Christy Hemme getting together, and that was a pretty good idea. Yeah. But we're continuing the feud between Basham and Damaja and the Voodoo Kin Mafia without mentioning Lance Hoyt anywhere. Well, having him at ringside, but still. Okay. Basham and Damaja lose. Wow. And after the bout, Voodoo Kin Mafia comes up with a female manager of their own, Roxy Laveau. I guess that's how it's pronounced. Okay, I'm confused here. Didn't this start out with Kip James saying that there was no place for women in wrestling? So, what in the blue hell is Voodoo Kin Mafia doing with a valet? If Kip James doesn't think that there's not a place for women in wrestling, then why in the blue hell do they have the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau, as a valet? What the heck is going on here? That makes no sense to me. And why didn't they do more with Lance Hoyt and BG James and Kip James? Why didn't they do more with that? Why didn't they have Lance Hoyt find a partner, either Basham or Damaja, and have him take on the Voodoo Kin Mafia? That does not make any sense to me, and it has to be something that needs to be fixed before Hard Justice.